Well, 3 points against a very, very difficult opponent, Keith. You must be absolutely delighted with that.
Yeah, delighted. Again, you can't get too emotional about a result. Performance-wise, I thought I showed some great determination. I thought in the first half, without having a target man, I thought we played some nice stuff. The second half become a real battle. We're a good side, an excellent side. They've been knocking at the door for season after season under Flinny. So I think it's a good result. I'm pleased with the performance, and like I said, the key elements of winning a football match is winning the fight, winning the right to play football. There wasn't an awful lot of football, from the connoisseur, watching Man City point of view, 600 passes, 30 shots on target. But there was a lot to admire from our team with a determination and desire and a real, I would say it's ambition to actually win and see that game out against difficult opponents. So it's still a key component of any sport, which is having that heart, and we've got a lot of heart in our team, and I'm really pleased for the players.
I mean, wanting to win is so important, as you say, and to win your personal battles, and Peter Clark, George Ray, all the lads there, in the back wanting to be on top of their opponent.
Well, it's an important clean sheet when you consider that we've been free scoring. You can't always be like that. So defensively, I thought we deserved a clean sheet against Leyton Orient. So we got that, and that's what's special. That clean sheet's won us the game. Great finish, by the way, but that clean sheet, and the clean sheet is the way we defend from the front, and obviously it's backed up with the goalkeeper, the back four, back five in the end, a desired determination, and our keeper wasn't challenged too many times with clear-cut opportunities, so we've managed the game well, and the result is 3 points.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the quality goal. You saw some great goals at the moment. That was the other one tonight, wasn't it? Good play by Kane, and then a terrific finish by Liam.
Yeah, we've got threats. We've got threats to come in. Obviously, we were without Vaughan tonight, and it was probably a little bit too early for Dave Nugent, but he was tremendous. He's prepared to work hard for the team, and that'll stand him in good stead, and we'll need him. But we can't run him into an injury, so I've got to be mindful of that as well as a manager. Instead of just thinking, well, let's just roll him out. It can't be as simple as that.
You mentioned James Vaughan. I mean, what's the update on his fitness at the moment?
It was a challenge, and he's just got to manage his recovery. It won't be too long, and it's just a question of him feeling comfortable with the bruising once it settles down. It was just a heavy challenge.
As you say, it's important to have the squad. You've said that all along, and that's sort of showing the value of that now, isn't it? With the able to just change things a little bit slightly, and players willing and eager to come in and make a contribution.
Yeah, you can't always be plan A, can you? Not always. You've got to try and be at your strongest week in, week out. And when I say strongest, like I previously said, it's starters and finishers, and it's players who are chomping at the bit. And they have to be ready, they have to be game ready, and that's important for our substitutes and our squad players, that they're game ready with what they do in training, because they might only get small opportunities, but they have to be ready for big moments. And we have players who are ready for big moments in the game tonight, and that's what we need throughout the squad.
You brought Liam Rydell on a couple of times just recently. I mean, obviously he's the longest serving player here, a lot of experience around that. So again, great to have somebody like to be able to bring on the pitch and to use. Yeah,
it's somebody you can trust, and we know what he's capable of doing. He's been there, seen it, done it. He's experienced. He's not old. He's experienced, and he's a very good, mature, experienced player who's got a calm head, and it's brilliant to have him in the squad, and coming on, and like I said, he's part of big moments. He's coming on as an impact player, so we're really pleased. Not every impact player has to be a centre forward, or a goal scorer, or a creator. So he's doing superb.
You've always got to manage the physical side of the players. 2 difficult games last week in awful conditions at Carlisle, then a long trip, then you've got a really tough opponent to play on the Tuesday night. That's important at these times, and you've managed to come through that tonight as well.
Yeah, but you know, we've still got 15 games in the league to play, and nothing's been decided yet. We're just putting ourselves in a good position, and we can't. You know, when I was speaking with one of the players before the game, you know, because we're winning a few games now, there seems to be, and it's not added pressure, it's just that there's a perception that we're going to run away with things and we're going to win every game. But we all know that sport's not like that, football's not like that, it can change in a moment. So we're, at this moment in time, really pleased, but we have to make sure that we're ready for the long journey ahead, and it's still a very long journey. You know, 15 games, so I don't want to create any pressure. The lads are performing well individually against, you know, Newport tonight, and on Saturday it's Crawley, and we've got to make sure that we're ready for that. And we've got to leave these games in the past. You know, we've got to make sure that we're humble going into the next fixture and respect our opponents. And we're going to that game not having 3 points, but having a point, basically, that we've got to try and build on. And we've got to hopefully, you know, perform like we have done tonight, and it'll give us a good opportunity to improve on that point that we've got before kick-off.
The fans will want to know about James. Is there a time scale? You said about some managing. Is there no time scale? You're not too sure when.
Time takes a cigarette.
Yeah. And Otis Cannon, who's been out for a while. How's Otis getting on in his recovery?
I think he's on. He's probably on his 3rd week now, is it? I don't know. It seems like yesterday, but it could have been his 3rd week. But he'll be challenging for. Again, we don't want to rush him back and end up with a recurrence. So he'll be ready when he's ready. I don't know, to be honest. Is the answer.
That's fine. Yeah. Well done.
Sorry.
We were talking obviously about Tranmere playing nice, slick, impressive, attractive football, but really had to win ugly tonight. Really, does that impress you as much as a display that's easy on the eye?
I don't know whether it's ugly. You see, I think there's a beauty in it. Being able to have that heart, that desire, you know, having players like Peter Clark, Jay Spearing, that tackle, that's art for me. That's like, it's inspirational, them tackles, and Peter Clark, and you know, other players throwing the bodies, you know, in front of the ball, blocks, challenges, to win at all costs. I don't think that's ugly, but we could play like Real Madrid and lose tonight, and I think everybody would have been unhappy because of the scoreline, the scoreboard. You know, we're in the territory now where scoreboard's important. Performance-wise, I'm really happy with the way that we've challenged a very difficult opponent, and they'll go all the way to the line in the playoff shake, in the promotion shake, down with respect to Newport being involved. So it's a difficult task for us to achieve what we've achieved tonight, but like I say, I'm pleased with the beauty of the way that we've, you know, fought tonight.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, Keith, of course.
Of course.
When you play a team like Newport, obviously you want to play your own way and dictate the play, but they don't really allow you to do that. We've spoken in the past in games we've seen Tranmere end up having to play the way their opponent plays, and is it fair to say that that's kind of what happened again tonight, but this time Tranmere were up to it?
We've been up to it quite a lot. I think that's 21 games, 43 points.
Maybe pulling out some of the teams that have come here and have got a result by unsettling Stevenage, perhaps.
Stevenage, like I said, that was down to the pitch. We shouldn't have played that game. I forgot about Stevenage. Like I said, you know, I easily move on me. I think it was in heat. Robert De Niro said, "Don't get attached to anything you can't leave in 30 seconds." You know, I left that game a long, long way.
That's why you've been married 30 years, Keith. 2 points off the top now.
I didn't realise.
Yeah, 2 points off the top. I think Forest Green have lost tonight, Cheltenham have gone top. And a Wembley final in just over a week's time, so things are looking good for Keith at Tranmere.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm always super cautious when it comes to football. You know, as a player, as a manager, and but I'm excited with the challenges that we've got, the success that we've already had. But that's parts in the past. We've got to look at the next game with this group of players, and that's our focus now.
Just one final question.
Yep.
Former Liverpool and Tranmere player Ian St John's passed away today. Did you have any dealings at all with him in the past?
No, but obviously, you know, he's a tremendous person, you know, and I've seen the old footage, and I'm led to believe he was an outstanding gentleman, you know, a connoisseur of the game, represented his family, you know, as a gentleman, and it's a sad loss, you know, and I think it's brilliant that you listen to football people talk so highly of him. You know, Kenny Dalgley's talking about him today, and you know, I think it's a sad loss for football, but it's at times like this that you know, you realise that the football family's still strong.